Hello, everyone. It is Thursday. Thursday, I tell you. No, it's not Thursday. It's Wednesday. Who listens to me? Where do I come up with this stuff? It's only Wednesday. I was just reading about stuff that is happening on Thursday and got it stuck in my head. You know, these ideas, they get stuck in my head. But it is not Thursday. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, people. You are making it over the hump. Making it over the hump. It is hump day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We are climbing that mountain. Climbing. It is like some weeks it is like the cliffhanger game on Price is Right. I mean, I know I have some Price is Right lovers out there. It is like cliffhanger on Price is Right. Hello, Adele and Dazzle. Dazzle, it is treat time. Do you ever sometimes feel like that, though? You people know what I am talking about. You know what I am talking about. The week is like the cliffhanger game on Price is Right. Do-de-do-de-do. Yo-de-do-de-do. Okay. Adele's going to tune into Price is Right now. I can tell. Live from the Bob Barker Studios, it is The Price is Right. Oh my. They're going to have me certified. They're going to have me certified. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook, hop right on over to YouTube. Hey, Barb Gallo, how are you? Great to have you here live from Pittsburgh. Did you graduate your class yet? Is your class over? Is your class over, and are you an official graduate? No, I think the Astros are going home. The Astros are going, they can go cry in their dome. You graduated today. Congratulations. I'll send Dennis some Red Sox. Congratulations, Barb. I'm so happy for you. I am so happy for you. I am actually working for them in full disclosure now. I am working on a course rewrite. I will send those socks Texas-sized. I will make sure they are Texas-sized Red Sox because you people like everything bigger. You Texans like everything bigger. Oh, what a day, people. What a day. That is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment, Barb. Graduating the SBA's Streetwise MBA program is an accomplishment. So, that is quite an accomplishment. Jana, we sold some old Red Sox player, and that they called up, and I forget the guy's name. Hang on a second. I'll tell you the guy's name because I was like, hang on a second. Shows you how sports worthy I am that I don't know the guy's name. We had this Justin Upton bobblehead that all of a sudden was going crazy today. I guess they called him up yesterday, and he hadn't played in years. But they called him up, and all of a sudden that people wanted that item, this weird bobblehead that we had of him. And it's actually going to, where is it getting shipped to? Wisconsin. So between me and you, between us, my nephews aren't as big baseball fans as they are football. They were at the football game a couple weeks ago where we were taking on Houston in football, and we watched the replay. But my nephews were texting me early on in the game, and they were trash talking things and really bad. Then they got really quiet, so I knew the Patriots were winning. So I didn't even have to watch the game to know that, because the trash talk of my nephews went downhill from there. Yeah, I mean it is that was actually an item we had up on eBay, and just literally in the last 24 hours it went wild. Yeah, well, the Texans are, yes. They actually started out good in the game against the Patriots. I'll give them credit. The first part of the game, the Texans were having a good game. I will give them that. And then it was all over. But the first part of the game, it was a good game. I love this this sports and my this friendly competition. I mean, I love being able to talk like this, even that when I'm not a huge sports fan. And my other nephew is in San Francisco, and he's a huge Giants fan. They have season tickets to the Giants, and they're huge Giants baseball fans. So lots of trash talk going on in sports right now. It is a good thing. It is great to have everybody here. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is where I'm at this Wednesday night. Hello, Jennifer. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with us tonight live. Tonight we're on page 40. If you're following along in the book, good morning. Wear sensible shoes as you knock down doors. Whoosh! There you go. There you go. Great to have you here. We have two SBA, MBA, Streetwise MBA alumni tonight. Jennifer is one, and Barb Gallo in Pittsburgh graduated today. So that is a great thing that we have all this great knowledge with us tonight, live tonight. I am excited about that. I am. What do I got going on here? Well, I like this quote from Simon Better. So I've got so many quotes tonight. I got a bunch of stuff tonight. Let's talk stuff tonight. And this is perfect for graduation, this quote from Louisa May Alcott. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. I am not afraid of storms because I am learning how to sail my ship. If that is not a business owner, that is a business owner. We've talked about that throughout the pandemic. But that is actually a business owner quote throughout this. Today I was in a meeting, and one of the quotes that came out of the meeting was, as a retailer, if there wasn't a problem, if there wasn't a fire to put out, I'd be worried that there was a problem. Think about that. If there wasn't a problem, I would be worried that there was a problem, So is that not the truth? Is retail, and as I worked with so many traditional retailers today who are really battling unbelievable supply chain issues, and really up the creek for supply. I mean, Cassandra was in a BJ's tonight, a BJ's wholesale club, which I know is mostly an East Coast to middle of the country thing. But it's like your Sam's or Walmart if you don't have Sam's or Costco. Yes. Yes, they do know you. If there wasn't a problem, I'd be worried that there was a problem. It was a great quote. I wrote it down. I thought of you. But that is the truth. And the reality of it was, there's a lot of challenges out there for the traditional retailer. So Cassandra was in BJ's, and she's like, you have this big warehouse club that was basically empty, and the little bit of Halloween and Christmas they had, was a joke. And they wanted like $400 for 2 years ago Christmas tree that looked like it was 2 years ago Christmas tree dented and boxed up from being in storage. So, there's a lot of challenges that they are all facing. A lot of challenges, which is a lot of opportunity for you. Okay, to make this a secondhand holiday. We were talking just before I came on about promoting what we still have in Halloween, because we still have costumes while they have none. And so it is a great opportunity for you. It is a great opportunity for you to continue to promote who you are and what you are, both in store and online. And that again is one of our topics this week, is shipping. And I've been hearing from some of you that your orders are picking up, and I'm excited about that. But let's talk. So one of the things I told you I'd go through this week was my overall shipping philosophy. Because I'm not out to lose money on shipping. I'm out to be within 10%. And what is 10% on shipping? The orders that you ship overwhelmingly are orders that would have never happened in your store. They are from customers that would have never walked in your door. They would have never knocked on your door. And that is true, even if they're in the same town or the next town over. I know so many store owners freak out when they get the first order that's shipping to the next town over, or in their city, and they're like, did they buy shipping by mistake? Should I call them? And there are people that just don't do that. They don't have a problem paying for shipping. They don't have a problem getting what they want. And so, my goal is to be within 10%. 10%. There's a store in Connecticut that I advertise. Make sure you ask for me. I'm 10% Charlie, and he's talking about a discount. Make sure you see him. That's how my brother sells. But so for the cost of shipping, my goal over a period of time, not an individual order. You can't worry too much about shipping on an individual order. There will always be that order that you lose money on. The further away that you are shipping it, the more expensive it costs to ship, and especially as you get up over 2 pounds. And if it doesn't fit in the standard box or whatever it is, but the further you are shipping it, the more it will cost. And that doesn't matter which carrier you're using. But my goal across all the packages that I ship, not the one, because I always remember that one to Hawaii or Guam or California that we ship and we lose money on it. Okay, you're like, they didn't pay enough and you didn't charge them enough. And that's, you have to look at that as okay. Remember, hang on a second. Let me get a calculator. I had done some quick calculations. And we, through the first 9 months of this year, we had actually charged $1.74 more in shipping per package than we spent on shipping. So we made money. Great. But now we're in the season where things are heavier, where people are buying more per order, and it costs us more to ship that. So the number of orders where we're spending more than we charge for shipping is going up. And even though on the first 9 months we averaged $1.74, which is great, okay? We had plenty of packages that we lost money on. Plenty of them that cost us far more to ship than we made money on. So our goal on the year is shipping revenue to shipping expense to be within 10% of total cost. And we track that on a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, because in resale, in general, numbers average out quarterly, okay? And what I mean by that, and I use that for all things, sales, you have rainy days, snowy days, you have other things, And so you can have some real shifts in weeks and even within months. But all of that tends to level out over a quarter. And so I find the quarterly numbers in resale to be much more valuable than a day, a week, a month, in the whole scheme of things. And everything averages out. The payroll, the cost of everything. And with shipping, I'm including the cost of shipping and anything I am spending on boxes or packing material. I am not including any direct labor to shipping. I'm not including any, if you have just a dedicated, unless you have a dedicated, completely shipping person, I am not attributing that labor to it. And so my goal is to be within 10% because this is completely found business. And I would even argue that if you had a dedicated shipping person, I probably wouldn't charge that to shipping because that person, if they were in the store, would be doing other things. It's just like that person in the store that's ringing the register. They aren't a direct cost of goods sold. So I'm just looking at my hard shipping costs, my boxes, packing materials, anything of that nature, and the cost of shipping versus what I collected. And so if I'm within 10% of that over a period of time, I'm doing okay. You will always remember the packages you lose money on. It will piss you off. I have my shipping people call me and, you really going to ship this? They paid us $7 and it's costing us $32 to ship it. And I'm like, yes, we're going to ship it. That is our commitment. That is our commitment. It is not perfect. It is not perfect. But it is a law of averages. It is a law of averages, especially if you want to grow that business. Okay, to grow that revenue stream. So that is what you are looking at. Okay, you're trying to minimize your costs for packaging. You're trying to use efficient boxes. Use the Postal Service boxes when you can. Use the mailers. Use Tyvek, affordable Tyvek. Use Bubble Wrap. In your early days of it, it does make a lot of sense to reuse boxes, especially in your early days. To use boxes and recycle boxes. As you grow your volume, it doesn't. Okay, as you grow your volume, it doesn't always make sense to reuse boxes. And why do I say that? Okay, well, when you're only shipping a couple packages a day, it's not hard to find and reuse a box. It's not as hard to remove the labels and cover things up and reuse a box. It isn't that hard, but as you start shipping more packages, as you start shipping 20 packages a day, 50 packages a day, 30 packages a day, pick a number, it becomes more labor intensive to do that. Yes, it's more efficient. Yes, it's more environmentally friendly. Absolutely. But it is less efficient from a business standpoint. You are spending more in labor. Remember, we talked about labor the other night. $15 minimum wage. Your minimum wage is headed to 21. Okay, and you have to use labor efficiently, so it is cheaper to use the boxes. And to Julie's point, it's important to track those expenses. It's important to track the expenses of what you are spending on these things, so you can know over a period of time. Because knowledge is that power. So when you whip out the little calculator and you start calculating it, okay, and you start adding it up, you can track it, and so you can adjust your shipping charges. You can adjust it seasonally, you can adjust it quarterly once you have the information. But part of it, for some of you, is a learning curve, and that's okay. It's okay to actually look at the expense of this somewhat as a learning curve. We did. We weren't as good as we are with it now. Where we are today isn't where we were a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Okay, we are better than we were now. So it is important to do the math to improve your processes. The process I'm using today won't be the process I'm using 2 years from now. I don't know what the process will be 2 years from now, but I know that it won't be what I'm using today. And so, but it's more important to get the experience, figure out what you're doing wrong, what's going to break. I just had an item shipped to Europe somewhere. I forget where it went, that something got broken, but I mean, these things happen. A little, I mean, things are going to break and it pisses you off, but that's life. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, but it's okay because you take it as a learning experience. You take it as an opportunity to learn. And this is how we advance ourselves forward. This is how we make our situations better. So that is how you grow. That is how you grow. The other thing to include, and I'm going to throw this out to you guys with Shopify sites, is if you're selling and shipping smalls, clothing and other things, linking your site to other portals such as eBay and things will increase your sales. Direct linking through Shopify of your site to other sites that have high traffic. But eBay charges so much, Neil. Do you know what their fees are, Neil? Yes, I do know what their fees are. And I can tell you if you want to grow it, that is a way to grow it. I will also tell you, because I had this even from one store owner today who said, hey, our web sales are picking up. It's probably because we're listing more items. Yes, it is because you are listing more items. Customers want to see new stuff. Even customers that are relatively local to you, they want to see new things on your website. You just have to be efficient in the process that you're doing it. You can't spend too much time on any one item unless your price point is significantly higher. If your price point is $20 and under, you can't be spending a fortune in time on that labor at $15+ an hour. You can't be spending that kind of time on it. So you have to be incredibly efficient. Every step matters. Every piece matters, and any steps you can remove from the process matter at these price points. So that is something those are key things to keep in mind in shipping. And I understand branding, as you look at different packaging materials, like, my friend's closet, my best friend's consignment, in Illinois, or, packaging, but just be cognizant of cost. And especially, like I've told you, with supplies, even if you're using free postal service supplies, watch supply chain issues. And especially with the increase in cost of the holiday surcharges that all the carriers are charging right now, be aware and be cognizant of the way you're shipping. Like, a lot of you use those flat rate padded USPS envelopes, but those aren't always the cheapest. Sometimes a regional box is cheaper. Sometimes just a regular 8x8 US Postal Service box is cheaper than using the flat rate because of what it's gone up. So be aware of all the different choices of boxes. Get them in. Order them now if you haven't already. It is okay. Have the boxes and have the supplies ready. They will send them to you, but be cognizant of supply chain issues and don't run out. So there is that. We've got a lot more to talk about this week. We're going to talk about the ERC some more. I'll answer your shipping questions. I've got an interesting contact with our friends at the Internal Revenue Service on the ERC, so we'll talk about that this week. We're going to talk about, have you ever thought of being a restaurant? Have you ever thought of that? I know Adele is like, where the heck is Neil going with that one? But we're going to talk about that this week. Because you might just find out you're running a restaurant. And if that doesn't make you want to tune in tomorrow, I don't know what will. You know what, folks? This video and everything I talk about, goes over to narcs.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the files, all the links, all the videos, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, don't forget to ring the bell. Ring that bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here every night at more 8 than ish, live in the Narcs Private Facebook group. And if you have a question, just email me. Easiest guy in the world to get a hold of, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Today, our good morning is, good morning, wear sensible shoes as you kick down doors. Whoosh! Our good night tonight is, good night, take off those sensible shoes. Put on your dancing shoes. You deserve it. And there's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. Yes, we will. In person, and when we do, I will be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.